Now, we've talked about the good. We've talked about the potential bad. Logan, let's dive into the ugly. Because there's a lot of ugly. If either one of these gets approved, there's a lot of ugly.
Yeah. I mean, you brought it up. The most terrifying thing for me for both of these cases is the massive layoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
Paramount more than Netflix, but I mean, the massive layoffs for when this will go, if and when this will go through. But I mean, you brought it up, but like a year and a half, I think potentially 2 years because it's such a bidding hostile situation. It is going to be very unforeseen for the next 2 years, in my
For sure.
opinion. Because the war is insane, man. Warner Brothers board is backing Netflix, which puts Paramount in a position where it must pressure shareholders or increase its offer, possibly igniting a corporate showdown or a legal action. And I mean, like we've talked about before, the political global backlash. Paramount still involved Norwegian wealth funds from the Middle East, like I was just speaking on, which some critics view as controversial influence in U.S. media ownership. And then, of course, that brings up regulatory bodies may treat both deals with suspicion, slowing approvals, and increasing legal battles. I'm not saying that, filmmaking and our industry should only be America first or the United States first,
Yeah.
but like I do feel like we are casting our country to this maybe sound political. I do feel like we are casting our country's potential success in the future to the wayside just for monetary now current day successes, and I don't think that's going to turn out good for us in the long term. I mean, yes, like you brought it up before on the podcast, multiple podcasts, like the 80s were amazing. Everybody had credit. But then let's be honest about it, leading into the 90s and early 2000s, that credit turns to debt, and that debt hurts everyone. So I feel like that's what could potentially happen here with the entertainment industry further down the line. What is our films and television going to look like in 30 years if we continue to take money from the Middle East and take money from other countries? It's not going to be the entertainment industry that we know and love today. And fuck freedom of speech, fuck free storytelling, because we're going to have so many hands in the pot, especially from different countries that want to press their agenda. So it's going to be a very interesting situation. That's my take on it.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because if you're an indie filmmaker, right, you know how hard it is to get funding. Okay. And if you watch some of these films that are lucky enough to get made and you see them on streamers, you see a blank blank production in association with a blank blank production in association with a blank blank production. You see like 85 companies at the beginning front end credits because that's how many companies it takes to finance these things. And if you've noticed, a lot of them are foreign companies. It's money coming from foreign places. Now that's starting to creep into the studio films, okay? And like you said, Middle Eastern influence, buying in. Guys, when you think about the amount of U.S. real estate that foreign countries like China already own, okay? Land in this country owned by foreign countries that hold the debt, okay? If that starts creeping into businesses, major businesses like media, where they control the narrative, that is terrifying. That is extreme. Because then they will be telling you what they want you to know or hear and keeping you from what they don't want you to know and hear. And like Logan said, if that's on the news, if that's in film and television, they will be controlling the narrative, which should terrify the shit out of everybody. Like, that is, we do not, the Fourth Amendment, the fourth branch, whatever you want to call it, that is the last line of defense, y'all. Journalism and the press and film and television and the ability to tell stories freely and openly without being controlled is the last line of defense. And you are seeing it infiltrated. It is being infiltrated right now, and we have got to put a stop to it. It's terrifying. I'm right there with you, Logan. It's terrifying. I just don't think this is. I don't even know. It's So it's not just, in my opinion, it's not just a full-blown war between these three companies as to who's going to win. It's a full-blown war between the US and foreign countries as to who will control the narrative in this country. And make no mistake, I think that Trump initially was in favor of Paramount and probably will be again because he wants to control the narrative. And they own a shit ton of local television stations and they own a shit ton of cable outlets, including CNN. Guys, if they own Newsmax, if they own CNN, if they own all the local TV stations, look at Sinclair with the Jimmy Kimmel thing. They've already got their finger on top of Sinclair. Like if they will be controlling what you